Good morning. Photographer, please take your places. Good morning, and I say welcome to an open house in honor of Senator Bob Dole. I think we're all excited. He is very excited. And I would say, if I could just ask logistically, if there are any people on these sides with chairs, could I please ask the other people standing in front of them just to move over a little bit so that the people on the sides are able to see. Well, this is a very, very exciting day for us at the Dole Institute of Politics. And I think if you haven't seen Senator Dole yet, you can see on his face how excited he is to be at the Dole Institute of Politics. I'd like to invite you all to please move forward toward the front to prepare for our special guest. Also, we will be passing out posters, flags, and all of this, and I see you waving them. But I would also say, when I introduce Senator Dole, then at that point we will just do this, and I'm supposed to get you all riled up. And I don't think that's going to be that hard to do, so I would say be on cue. I would also just like to remind you that the senator is on a very tight schedule today. He will be available here in Hanson Hall for a short time after his remarks, but we ask that you respect his scheduled time of departure. We will also remind him to respect his scheduled time of departure. I should have introduced myself ahead of time. I'm Barbara Ballard, and I'm the Associate Director here at the Dole Institute of Politics. You'll notice that we have limited seating available, and we ask that you yield seating to anyone in need. Some of you will say we're all in need today, but I would say if you see anybody in more need, please do so. We are finishing up an amazing 10th anniversary year. It is hard to believe that we dedicated this building on July 22nd, and now we're on our 10th anniversary year of programming at the Dole Institute, and it's not over yet. We have all kinds of programs still planned for our 10th anniversary, and we would just like to draw your attention to some of our programs. I'm watching there to see his time. Some of our programs for our 10th anniversary is the Hidden Hungry, ending senior hunger with Enid Borden. I think you know that Senator Dole and Senator McGovern received outstanding awards for what they have done on hunger. Not only in Africa, making sure people at least get to eat at least one meal a day, but just drawing attention to hunger. In the United States, we should not have hunger, but we do. And people go to bed hungry, they get up hungry, and I think it's all part of our job to make sure that people eat. Senator Dole did just that. We also have a program on the Tender Soldier with author Vanessa Gazzari, and that's on April 24th of this week. And I think she'll discuss her book, The Tender Soldier, which tells the story of the development of the Human Terrain System, a controversial Army program that sends civilian social scientists into combat zones with soldiers. Also, the Fort Leavenworth series, and I think you can read all of that, so I won't cover everything, but they'll talk about the lesser-known battles that were just as critical as the famous battles that we label as decisive events in their respective wars. Also, we have from the Dole Archives, and I think most of you realize that all of this in Hanson Hall is actually taken care of by our archive. Below us, the whole level is our archive, and we received over 4,000 boxes of legislative papers from the senator, also 25,000 photographs, all of that. They have to catalog and program, and we've had numerous people come to look in those papers, the ones that they can look in, because some are dated. but also several books have been written. So our archive is very important to us, and they have a guest May 1st, Innovation in Plain Sight, Transforming Our National Security Landscape with Museum Collections, and learn how Herman's innovative approach has an impact on governmental organizations and agencies. If you would like more information about the Dole Institute of Politics and you're not on our listserv, please just drop us a little note, or you can find a sheet of paper in the back. Just write it down. We'll make sure that you know about our programs. And I would also like to take a minute to thank all of our friends of the Dole Institute who are here today. Everybody needs friends. Personal friends, professional friends, and certainly here at the Dole Institute of Politics, we're very proud and honored to have our friends. And the friends are able to make a lot of what we do financially possible, but it's just nice to have a lot of people that are concerned with our programs and want to help, and that they have an opportunity to enjoy the programs that we do here every week. The support of the Friends helps to make it possible for us to uphold Senator Dole's extraordinary legacy of bipartisanship and commitment to public service through our free public programs, research opportunities in our Dole Archives, and opportunities for our students through our Student Advisory Board and internship assistance programs. You know, there's a lot of learning that happens in the classroom, and I teach in the Counseling Psych Department and Human Sexualities and Women's Gender Studies, and those programs are extremely important, but there's so much learning also takes place outside of the classroom through the programs that we have, through the opportunities for our students to have internships, and our friends make that possible. I would encourage each of you to consider becoming a friend of the Dole Institute to help us continue to keep this place a truly special place where we don't charge for our programs, provide all kinds of opportunities, and I think you will find it's a place for you to come, a place that you will feel very comfortable. After every program, you can always ask questions, so if you did not cover what you came for, you can get your answer to many of your questions. You can talk with any of our staff members today as a result of being here, and we thank you very much. Finally, we want to welcome our students and the community. I think from the time you saw that Senator Dole was coming, we received so many phone calls from people saying, well, can I come? What time do I get in? Can you let me in? What's going to happen? And I think that becomes something that we told him. We would call and tell him ahead of time who would call, how excited they were, could they come in? We heard all kinds of stories. So that was really exciting for us. So again, I will say thank you so very much for being with us today. And I'm looking to see if I have a signal. Not quite. All right, you guys, pretty soon I'm gonna dance for you. But also, I will look at you to say, what's special about the Dole Institute of Politics? Oh, now would you all wrap it up like this? All right. So with that, I will say, this is a special place. Not only do we have programs, not only is our business, our building beautiful, but we have a guest today that you all came to see. So with that, I want to hear a little hoop and holler and a little noise and the flags, and we will bring in Bill Lacey, Director of the Dole Institute of Politics, Senator Bob Dole, let me hear it, Chancellor Bernadette Gray-Little, Quinn Reed, Coordinator for our Student Advisory Board. You didn't have to stop yet. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I guess there we go. Thank you very much, Associate Director Barbara Ballard. You did a great job. we'll get all set up here. I love those signs out there. Who made those signs? Hey, look at all those signs. Bob Dole is my hero. I have my own sign, Senator. I'll read it to you and I'll show it to the crowd. Tanned, rested, ready, Dole 2016. I'm Bill Lacey. I'm the director of the Dole Institute, and this is indeed a great day for us here at the University of Kansas. We're delighted to welcome the senator here. We're going to have a couple of official welcomes. The first will come from the chancellor of the university, who is extraordinarily supportive of the Dole Institute, and we're so happy that she could join us today to welcome Senator Dole, Chancellor Bernadette Gray Little. Chancellor?
Thank you. And I'm very pleased and honored to be here today, pleased to be honoring a remarkable man. The word statesman is a powerful word, and it is a word that we should reserve for a special group of leaders. Today, we are joined by a true statesman, Senator Bob Dole. I've had the privilege of meeting Senator Dole a number of times, although this is the first time that I have met him at the University of Kansas. We've met in Washington, D.C. A few times, and I even met him in Topeka, but I'm delighted that we have him here in Lawrence today. And of course, I've known about Senator Dole and his accomplishments for many years, but when it was announced that I was to become chancellor at the University of Kansas, his was one of the first letters of congratulation that I received. I was still in North Carolina, and a few days after the announcement, I got a letter from him talking about his commitment and love of the university and congratulating me. That was the beginning of our relationship about the University of Kansas. I have never forgotten that, and I appreciate that you were so attentive to the university and that during these years you have been so supportive to me. Senator Dole attended KU before World War II cut short his studies. It was a privilege a couple of years ago to present him one of the first honorary degrees that the university ever awarded. We are fortunate to have the Dole Institute here at KU, which certainly recognizes his contributions, but also which fosters public engagement in this entire community. It inspires young people to serve, and it brings people together for important civic discussions, and I've had the honor of being here for a number of those lively discussions. I want to thank Bill Lacey and the Dole Institute and staff and members for all of the work that they do to make this such a marvelous organization. Senator Dole, again, it is a privilege and honor to have you here. I want to thank you for all that you have done for the University of Kansas and the nation, and I'll say the world. And I want to thank you for being an example to our students, demonstrating to them the value of public service, of public engagement, and of leadership. Thank you, Senator Dole, and welcome to the University of Kansas.
Thank you very much, Chancellor. It's Senator's first trip in 5 years, and it's great that you're able to welcome him to your campus, so it's awesome. One of the things that we really tried to emphasize here at the Dole Institute of Politics is a student culture. We work very hard to get more and more students involved every year, and we have quite a few of the members of our Student Advisory Board. Why don't you guys make some noise for me? Student Advisory Board. Anyway, we have made great strides, and this year our Student Advisory Board has been under the leadership of Mr. Quinn Reed, who coordinates it. He's done a great job, and he has the honor of doing the official student welcome for Senator Dole. Welcome, Quinn Reed.
Thank you so much, Bill. In 2010, when I came to the university, I was not familiar with the Dole Institute of Politics, but that all changed one day when I picked up a copy of the UDK, the student newspaper, and I saw an advertisement for a program here. The program was about a case that was being argued before the Supreme Court, and there were two attorneys, both of whom had filed amicus briefs in this case, who were here talking. And when I came out and I walked into the building and I saw the largest American flag stained glass window in the world, and I saw it flanked on both sides by beams from the World Trade Center, and I listened to the level of discourse, I knew that this was a place that I wanted to make my home base at the university. So I started coming to every event that I could, and eventually the staff hired me here as a coordinator so that they could tell me when I had to leave. So, but throughout my time on the Student Advisory Board, I've had countless opportunities, and I've seen other students have countless opportunities that I think are truly unique. I've had the chance to sit and talk with Bob Woodward, to introduce Senator George Mitchell at a program, and these opportunities, I don't think that there are very many other universities in the country that provide these kind of opportunities, or very many other institutes. And so on behalf of the students here at the University of Kansas and the Student Advisory Board, I'd like to thank you for deciding to put your institute here at the University of Kansas and for providing these amazing opportunities for students. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you very much, Quinn. All of you, when you came in today, you walked down that wonderful walk and saw this beautiful building. It's so stunning. And it's such a privilege and an honor every day to get the opportunity to come down that walk and to be part of the team that I have here. We have a tremendous team, and we all would say two things: that the man to my right is our inspiration, and he's our leader, Senator Bob Dole.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm very honored to be here today. This is a great asset to the university. Chancellor and I had a chance to have a private visit, but I never expected to see this many people. But it's heartwarming, and I want to thank Bill Lacey and Barbara Ballard for their leadership, and thank all the others who participate in the programs. And we've had some great programs here over how long have you been here, Bill?
I've been here, it'll be 10 years, Labor Day, assuming my annual review with the Chancellor goes okay tomorrow.
Doesn't seem like 10 years, but is my mic working?
Yes.
Oh, it is? I guess there are no chairs, huh?
We have some chairs around here, yeah.
Well, what I decided to do about a month ago is to come to Kansas. I've got a bad knee, which slows me down a little bit, but and say thank you for supporting me for 30 years in the House and the Senate, and to make new friends, and particularly to visit the Institute at KU. And so we have a pretty heavy schedule today and tomorrow morning, and then we'll be back in about 3 weeks in different counties. But we've had a great time so far, met a lot of wonderful people. Kansas is a great place, and it's home to me. And you can take the boy out of Kansas, but you can't take Kansas out of the boy. So, and of course, we appreciate students from other states, and they're probably from every state in the union. Students from other states.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, and foreign countries. So you're all part of the KU family, I did attend school here. That's an overstatement. It was right, World War was really going on. And so every male was joining the Navy or the Army or the Air Force or something. And so we had a lot of farewell parties, but we didn't attend many classes. So I hope the chancellor will bury my transcript. But I came back and understood I had to study if I was going to do anything with my life. And since I couldn't use my hands too well, I had to use my head. So I decided to become a lawyer. And I know people don't like lawyers, but there's probably a few in the audience. If you have any legal matter you want to take up, I'll see you after the program. Should take some questions? Or?
Oh, let's take a couple of quick questions, and then we're going to move you down here so you can greet people until we run out of time. Anybody have a question? Come on, raise your hand. Go for it.
What are the largest challenges we have for the future as American citizens in the next 10 years, you believe?
What are the largest challenges we have as American citizens for the next 10 years?
Well, I think one that's going to face any president, Democrat or Republican, is what do we do in North Korea? Hopefully the Ukraine matter will be settled by then. But what do we do with Iran if they have nuclear weapons? And what do we do in Syria? I mean, it's going to be a lot of foreign policy challenges for the next several years. I think here at home, it's a question of energy policy and whether or not they'll approve the Keystone pipeline. The environmentalists are very opposed to its construction, and others are very pro-construction. But we import a lot of oil, and we could be energy independent. And that's going to be a goal over the next 10 years. Education is always a matter before Congress, and certainly we want to make certain we include the level of support, if possible, with the budget. And finally, for your generation, the challenge is going to be how do we balance the budget? I mean, we've got trillions of dollars of debt, and somehow we need to reduce spending in certain areas, and it's going to be very difficult. I mean, I know when we had legislation when I was there that affected Kansas, it was pretty hard to vote for it if it was taking something away from Kansas. I like to vote for stuff that helped Kansas, but that's sort of a brief summary.
Okay, we have another question right there.
Senator, looking back at your distinguished career, what do you consider
Senator, what do you consider
your greatest accomplishment?
your greatest accomplishment over your career?
I think keeping in touch with people in Kansas would be well, it was my job, you know, I got paid. But I like people, and I spent a lot of time here. But it probably was 1983, working with Senator Moynihan a Democrat from New York, in trying to save Social Security. It was about to go broke, and we had what we called the Greenspan Commission. Alan Greenspan was chairman, and Pat Moynihan and I were on the committee, but we couldn't get anything, we couldn't agree on anything. And so I remember in January of '83, Pat and I met on the Senate floor and said, we can't let this happen. There are 30 million Americans who rely on their Social Security. So we got together and worked out a plan, and then we contacted Greenspan, and the result was we finally worked it out, and it passed both the Senate and the House. I think another one was managing the Martin Luther King bill. Most people think it was Ted Kennedy, but it was Bob Dole. Kennedy helped.
We're going to take one more question, and I wanted to point out, by the way, if you're going to hang around for a few minutes afterwards today, you can read about what Senator Dole did with Social Security on this panel back here in the corner. One more question? There we go.
What would Boswell today give, what advice would Boswell today give to freshman Senator Boswell?
What advice would you give today to yourself when you were a freshman U.S. Senator?
Well, find the bathroom. Learn where the Senate chamber is. Little basic things. But it's a great privilege to serve. Public service of any kind is a privilege, and I know many of you are interested in public policy. I remember when I went to the Senate, somebody said I improved the education of both bodies because I left the House and went to the Senate. But it was really a great experience to think somebody from Russell, Kansas, not a very large city, could end up in the Senate. But I found several other senators in both parties who came from small towns. But it was a great honor to be in the Senate. I was the Republican leader for 10 years, and we got things done. We worked across the aisle. We worked together. We couldn't agree on everything, but a lot of things were passed. Today, it's kind of a gridlock. Not much is passing, like immigration, other very important issues. Just say a final word.
Yes, please.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming, and we're going to go down and say hello and get a few pictures, and then Bill's going to give me $1 million.
Which I'm going to pick up from the chancellor.
That's my normal speaking fee. That's why I don't make any speeches.
Well, Senator, it's just a tremendous honor for all of us to have you here, and the students have just been so excited, and our team here, and obviously the community. So thank you very much, and we're going to move the senator this way, if I can get your assistance in moving him this way, and he'll greet as many people as he can.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I'd love to see the students are so excited.
Yeah, well, very nice. Oh, you're going to take it off?